when?
You hit record already, so.
Oh, okay, it's on.
Yes.
Hi. Okay. So today's feast is Sunday sauce, but it's Tuesday, so we're gonna futz around a little bit. When I make my sauce, I like it to flavor it with pork, which is this, and it's actually boneless ribs that we just cut into pieces. This will be, as Terrence says, like butter. It just shreds in the sauce, really gives it a lot of flavor. So I'm just sauteing garlic and olive oil, and then I'm just going to put the pieces in here, and this is what's going to flavor your sauce. So I love the Tutoroso tomatoes. Use your own, whatever you want to do. And then I'm just basically going to, what are you telling me to look at? Oh, just, it's fine. So, it's all right, just leave it. So I have just the olive oil in here, and then I'm gonna let this cook brown, and then I just do, you know, the typical salt and pepper. Watch the salt, because one of my secret ingredients is I love my locatelli cheese. I actually put this
$12 a pound.
when my sauce is cooking, like down the last 2 hours, I actually put this in the sauce as well. So it's a little salty, so that's why I really don't salt this that much, because the cheese is going to be your salt. And I don't know if you have these in New York, we have them down here. It's the squeezable herbs. This is the basil. So I did, and it's very concentrated, so you don't really have to put as much. So I just do a little of that. And again, you are going to cook this down until you see everything is pretty much browned. And then what you're going to do is you pour this whole mixture into the sauce, oil and all, because again, that's what's going to flavor your sauce. After I cook mine in a crock pot on low for about 5 hours, and then what happens is the oil will come to the top, then you can strain it, but this is the juice that you want to flavor your sauce. So that's it with this. Next one is meatballs, because I know Mama Raul wants that. So, thank you. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so here's the pork all cooked. You can see all the oil and that good stuff. Again, this is what's going to flavor it, the sauce. So he's going to pour this into the crock pot very easily. And you see all that oil. Don't freak out, because you're going to drain it later. Something's on fire here. Stove off. Get all the good stuff out of there, because again, it's what's gonna flavor. And then he's gonna mix that really well. Again, I didn't put any additional salt and pepper in the actual sauce, because the meat is really flavored with Italian herbs. There you go. The meat's really flavored with Italian herbs. So I'm gonna let this cook about 4 hours or so. And then if it gets thick, the other secret ingredient that I use to break it down a little bit, the famous chicken broth. A great staple. It will bring down the thickness a little bit, but we'll tune back into this later when it's further down the line. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi all, so this is the finale of the sauce. It's been in the crock pot since like 10:30. So as I said, I think maybe some people were concerned with all the pork that got cooked with the olive oil and all got dumped in here. As I mentioned, that is the flavor. So now, because it's been in here for a while, it's time what I call skim the sauce. So I literally just, you can see where the oil is. I just take it, that's all I'm doing. And I skim off all of this, which is, I don't know what you want to call it, the burned off oil. I have no idea what the right name is for it. And I actually skim off a lot. I mean, this is a 29-ounce can, and half of it is, you know, drained. So tomato sauce is done. There was one step that happened that I did not share earlier. I put in the meatballs. I did not eat them all, Terrence, but they are sitting here. The pork is really, really tender right now. I mean, you don't even, look at this. let's do it up close. It literally breaks apart. Oh, it is so good. Actually, I'll try. Oh, it's delicious. So I stir this. So I just literally have the pork pieces here. I put a bunch of the meatballs in. And one other thing that I didn't include before is probably about an hour ago, I put 4 ounces of the locatelli cheese. I threw that in there as well. It doesn't taste cheesy whatsoever, but this also salted the sauce. One other thing that I do, some people are gonna think it's weird. A true Italian will understand this. I love doing an egg in the sauce. So basically what's gonna happen is it's gonna poach the egg. So I literally take the egg. Let's turn this so you guys can see. And then I just crack it into the sauce. And you just drop it in. So I'm gonna do a couple of those like that. This is also, my mom actually taught me this because when she was growing up in Brooklyn, you know, you couldn't eat meat on Fridays during Lent. So this is what they did as their source of protein. So I drop the eggs in the sauce, and the secret is also too, you have to let it sit there. You really can't disturb the sauce because it's gonna poach, and you don't wanna be stirring it around because then the whole egg is gonna just break apart. So I'm gonna throw in 5 eggs. I know Terrence will bring this to work tomorrow. One of the guys that he works with, I got him trying it and he loved it. So we're gonna leave it like that. Let me show you. So you can see it all floating on the top, and all I literally do is I just take the sauce and I cover it over a little bit so it will cook. And then you just leave it alone. So we're covering it, so it's pretty much covered. You don't see anything. So then, going back, sorry guys, Terrence is not here. So I put the cover back on. Probably cook within a half hour with the eggs. I still have my crock pot on low. People are asking me how many cans. I used 4 cans of the 28 ounces for this crock pot because also too, you want to leave a little space so that when you add the meat, it doesn't overflow. If the sauce is too thick, like I said, chicken broth will always thin it out. If you don't put water in, it's gonna just take away the flavor. I know some people also too put like a little sugar in the sauce. I find the way I do this, I don't have to. If you feel that it's too acidic, some people even throw a carrot in, that helps. So that is it. And of course, we'll get Terrence eating this when he gets home tonight, but he's gonna be upset because there's no semolina bread to dip. So, manja.